This is my metal tent. That's right, I call it the metal tent. This is my 2025 Ram ProMaster 3500 van. A lot of people buy the Instagram worthy $200,000 vans. I wanted to go a little bit different route here and make it a little more budget friendly for most of us. So I'll give you a quick little overview of this. First thing I did was I had these running boards put on here. I have them put on the side by the sliding door and across the back, because even at 6'4", it's hard for me to make the 21-inch step into the back of the van. And then I also had running boards put on here. Ram had a promotion going on when I bought this new last year that they would reimburse you up to $1,000 for any upfits that you did to the van. And let me see if I can just unlock this here. Unlock the back. All right, unlock the back. Let's go in here. Open this up. The other thing that I had done, like I said, they'd reimburse you for up to $1,000 of upfit, and between the running boards on three sides and these handlebars, these pull-up bars on here, it's about $1,400. So they reimbursed me $1,000, which I thought was a good deal. As I said, this is a stripped down version of this because I use this for my garden construction and maintenance business. So I need to, I don't put plants and stuff in here so much as just some tools that I use to maintain the estate gardens that I've designed, built, and maintained. And the first thing that I did was I bought this last October. I was concerned about cold and sound in this big empty space back here. And I had several of these moving blankets from U-Haul sitting here. And I just simply clipped them to this top part up here. They reached down to the floor. And it was amazing. It was kept it toasty warm in the cab when it was 20 below zero here in southeast Wisconsin this winter. Kept it warm, and I couldn't believe it, but this van is literally as quiet as my F-150 was. I loved my F-150 that I had before, a crew cab, but I like this van a lot more because it can do more things for me. I got some storage up here on the top, just some cameras, or not cameras, but some tripods and some binoculars and stuff. That's the only thing that I've done for right now. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to sew this up. I've got a sewing machine downstairs. I'll sew that up. Probably split it in the middle and then have an overlap with magnets so that I can go directly from the front to the back. But that served me great. Now in the summer, it's been a little warm here early in the spring, and it does the same thing for air conditioner. The other thing that I'm going to do, let me turn around here, is I want this to be modular in use. So my intention right now is I'm going to put a 4x6 sheet of plywood. I'm going to mount it on this wall and another one on this wall along with E-track. And then the E-track on top of the plywood. And then there's so many different ways that I can use E-track and the accessories they have now for E-track that I can make this very useful for either garden maintenance and construction, or when I'm going out camping, or I'm tying off my fat bike down to these D-rings that are down here, or putting my 12-foot 8-inch kayak in here. My 12-foot 8-inch kayak goes right, the nose, the bow goes right between the two seats there. So that fits. So this is going to be my little adventure, and I call it my metal tent because I'm going to be sleeping in here, and it keeps me away from things like bears, rain, all that kind of stuff. And what I did last week to start this off is on each side they have these hexagonal perforations that are already in these ribs, and I found out that you can buy hexagonal rib nuts. So I bought hexagonal rib nuts. Maybe I'll put a little picture right here of me putting those in. But I bought hexagonal rib nuts, put them in, and they work great. They're all set because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2x6 take a 2x6 and mount right here, and then another one down on the mid-rib, and then it's exactly 6 feet from here back to the door, and 4 feet will go right above the wheel well up here, up pretty high. So it's going to give me a lot of space to work with. I'm going to use thick 3/4 inch plywood that I can mount to. These things you see hanging down here are literally just some great LED lights that I found on Amazon. They're magnetic, so they'll come in handy when I'm camping, but they work great for when I'm working in here too. So that's the only upgrade I'm going to do for right now. Kind of build it as I go. I have some Cydio containers. If you've ever seen those, I'll put a little picture up here. Love Cydio containers. I've just bought several of those for my photography equipment, and I can put those in here, but it's wide open. Like I said, I'm going to have a cot in here. I bought an oversized cot. I'm 6'4", so I'm going to have an oversized cot that I'm thinking will be right there. My fat bike can sit right here at night. I don't have to worry about theft. Excuse me, with my kayak. I'm not sure how that'll work, but we'll figure that out. Then I'll have a camping stove and stuff that I can cook outside. If it's raining, I'll figure that out. I may get an enclosed tent for that. But my idea is just to make this as simple and budget friendly as possible. I did buy a new van instead of a used one, so I didn't have any worries there. Love it. I get on the road last week over to Madison and back, which is about 200 miles round trip, almost exactly. I got 19.8 miles per gallon. That's the other benefit of not doing a full build in here, is that I'm probably saving a couple thousand pounds in weight. This is a 3500. I don't know what the weight capacity is, but I think, excuse me, if a lot of people put their built-out ProMasters on a scale, they might be surprised if it's a home-built deal that they are overweight. I had no snow issues with this van this winter. I didn't go out when we had 16 inches of snow, but I drove in the snow because I don't have a lot of weight back here, taking weight off the front wheels because it's front wheel drive. I actually got along great. And my driveway here is about a 5% grade or 3% grade. This last 250 feet of the driveway, I stopped on purpose down there and started up again, and the van started right up. So that's a quick overview of, and I always name all my vehicles. I've named them after loan officers. I've named them after other things. And I couldn't come up with something that really screamed what this is. All the typical ones for a white van, like Casper or Avalanche or Yeti. It just didn't seem right. So I've called it NoName. That's right, NoName. N-O-N-A-M-E. NoName is the name of this van. We'll see what adventures it takes me on and gets me outside. I've got a camping trip lined up the next couple of weekends. Shakedown, so they're close in case the shiitake hits the fan. And I can just drive home and go, oh yeah, there's a Pizza Hut right over there. So that's it for right now, and we will talk to you later.